That's the other thing. Like a lot of people who have opinions on like, just let it go bald. I'm like, yeah, you have a full head of hair. You've never thought about it. You don't have to even consider what that feels like to lose your hair, right? I'm not angry at those people, but I'm like, you sound a little angry at those people.
A little bit, yeah.
Just walk a mile, you know what I mean? It's like you can't
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in this hair.
I have a receding hairline.
Welcome to I Love You So Much. My name is Reed Fish. I'm here with my good friend Tyler Levine.
Hey, everybody.
Yes, hello, Tyler. I love this. This is great. And I'm excited to Clayton Farris.
Yes, Clayton Farris is here, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We're very happy to have you here, man.
Thank
I've been a fan of yours for a while, from your acting work, from your collaborations with Steph Barkley.
Yes.
Which is some of my favorite collaborations on Instagram. I love it, man. The Gen Z breakup.
I want you to break
30s,
up with me.
The 20s breakup. Yeah.
I know.
It's amazing.
I've known Steph for years. We started on, we met on Vine.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've just continued making content through all the eras.
She's great. We had her on here.
I know.
Yeah. She was fucking great. We got her to cry.
It's true.
Yeah,
That's good.
Clayton, we're very happy to have you here.
Yeah.
We like to kick off the show with confessions. It's like a weekly thing.
Yeah.
I'm struggling today, man.
Is that your confession?
Well, no, that's my daily confession.
Okay,
I'm struggling.
So I have one.
Okay.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, would you kick it off?
Okay. I think I've been selling myself short.
Oh.
To people. Well, so it's been now a little over a year that I've had my own place, you know, kind of out of my marriage and out there, you know, to date.
Yeah.
You know, I want to say I haven't been that successful. Like I haven't been like going out with a lot of different people or meeting a lot of new people. And I think part of it is I'm selling myself short. I am still thinking that I am not worthy or that I'm not good enough. I'm not the man that these women are going to want to date.
Right.
And I think though that I am, but I'm just selling myself short in my attitude towards it or in the way I interact with women or approach women or even having the confidence to, you know, like women on dating apps. So I'm just like in my head about it.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Of course.
What are the main contributing factors to you feeling like they won't like you? Is it physicality? Is it are you like in your heart, you feel like undesirable, lovable?
No, I think a lot of it is physical, you know, as we've talked about on here, like being overweight is always something that's been my existence. And so I've always felt like, oh, women are not going to find me attractive. And I've actually realized as I've gotten older that actually women in my experience actually do not care about that in the same way that men do, to really, really overgeneralize.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, well, okay, I know that, like, but I don't know if I've internalized that. And if maybe it's an online thing because I feel like I'm better in person than I am online. But then when I'm in person, I'm not like approaching women or asking women out either. Is
there becoming like a weird disconnect between what your online presence is and who Reed in real life is? Like,
no, I mean, I don't have that much of an online presence.
Right.
And on the dating apps, I think I have a good profile and everything, but it's only that much text, right? There's not much you can go on, a few photos and a few, you know.
I think that like the way I would look at it is everything you're thinking other people are thinking about you is actually your own opinion of yourself.
Yeah.
So the real work to me is to build up that how you feel about yourself and how you love yourself.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it like takes care of itself.
Yeah.
And I only say that from a place of like, I know exactly where you're coming from and like what you're feeling, but you can't change you can't change how people view you. You can only change how you like view yourself.
Yeah.
And once you view yourself from a place of like love and uplift and accept the fact that because you're born and alive, you are worthy, then you can like attract those people and they see that in you.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? The baseline of like, I just inherently am worthy. That's hard.
It's
to
not
believe,
up to
right?
us to decide our worth. It's already there. We just have to recognize
Another thing I like to remember too is like for every insecurity I have and what I'm thinking, what other people are thinking, they're just thinking about themselves. They're in the same zone.
Right.
Like, what is he thinking about me? What does that person think about the way I look? Are my clothes good today? Like we're all kind of walking around in these like insecurity pods, right?
Let me ask you this. Are you rich?
Well,
because if that's good, then you're fine. No,
yeah. Well, here's the thing, because I do feel like I mean, and look, I've had some validation. I was, a few months ago, I was in Las Vegas.
Big Baccarat game.
No, but I was there for a convention, and there was someone there. And I was like, oh man, this is a very attractive woman. And we were talking, and she had a boyfriend, but at one point she's like, yeah, I think you actually got it going on, man. And I'm like, oh, all right. Yeah.
Does she use those words?
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, I had said that about her first, and then she repeated it back to me. But I was like, anyway.
Reciprocation.
Yeah.
I heard someone say this the other day that like, approaching someone there's like a fine thin line between like it's creepy or it's like magical, like
and,
it just
I always feel like
depends.
I'm going to be on the creepy side,
right?
And I know, like, we live in Ojai, and I was like, I'm like in the pool there, like, man, I own
at Rory's.
Yeah, man.
I own
literally at the pool.
I own a successful business that gives me enough money to just barely get by, so that's pretty good. And then I don't live in a van.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I'm ticking a lot of boxes for the Ojai crowd.
Well, so what's the plan other than what Clayton just outlined?
But then I was in this situation too. Our kind of sister podcast, Trash Tuesday, had a live show at the Comedy Store in LA, and I came down for it. You couldn't come, so I just went on my own. And but there's a lot of female fans of that show.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, this is a really interesting night here at the Comedy Store. And I was seated across from someone who was also there individually. We kind of ended up hit it off, talked a little bit, and then I just didn't do anything about it. I just didn't say, oh, hey, you want to go out sometime?
But I mean, your instincts may have been right there. You know what I mean? Like, just to sort of let that be what it was. And like,
well, I got some advice to and I'm always feeling like, oh, women don't like me, or if I feel like they do, that's me inventing it.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of the first times we hung out. You and I, Tyler, it was at your house, and it was kind of like a few other kind of divorced dads there, and
we're on their way to a divorce.
We're on their way to divorcing. Mark's advice, or something he said, was like, hey man, you gotta trust your instinct. If you feel like she's into you, it's because she is.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can trust myself.
That's a weird one, because I went through life like the insecure egomaniac, right? Like I would assume that someone was attracted to me almost all the time.
Oh,
and then tell myself, no, you're a fat piece of shit. Like, it was this weird battle all the time. Like, no way that person's attracted to you. So even if there was like an actual attraction, it's hard to explain. There was no way. And then I would invent attractions that weren't there. Anyway, that was a mire to work my way through, and sort of like, I don't feel that way now. Now I'm pretty sure when there's something happening.
I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just
but
a fat
I
piece
feel
of
like
shit.
Also it's, I don't know, but like, I feel like we gotta, as men, like, know, like, not like, there's gotta be more than just one connection with someone to like, just that one connection can't be like, this is it, we're connected. Like, that's probably not how women are feeling. So it's just like trusting that you can build that like relationship or friendship. Like, it doesn't have to be like a sexual relationship thing to connect with someone. It can just be like friends. Because I think when you get older, you really have to establish the relationship and friendship more than you do the other parts of relationship. That's been my experience. So focusing on that could also maybe open up more.
Well, that's always been my own trait. I've always been like the friend,
right.
So, which is like, I don't want to be in that space, you know? So I'm also kind of consciously trying not to, and I don't know about this term, but friend zoned, it's like, that's been my experience in my life. And I'm like trying not to cultivate that right now.
Like, the best part of my relationship is my friendship with my partner. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. We talk about friend zone, like, oh God, there's great reward in friendship, even if it's with a member of the opposite sex, a person of the opposite sex, whatever. Caffeine.
They have a card. I have the membership card.
But like, ultimately where we get to with long relationships is like, all that other stuff kind of fades away anyway. I mean, I'm not saying that you are loveless or you're sexless, but like the thing that initial huge connective tissue has to be more than that, because in the long run, like, the friendship, the camaraderie is the thing that lasts into your golden years, or I'm hoping
into your early 40s.
Yeah. Well, mid-late. I'm in my mid-late. I'm in my mid-late early 40s. Yeah. Well, thank you.
But also, I'm sorry. I just like, we can't act as 40-year-olds that we're like gonna find the thing that was there when you're 20. Right. You know what I mean? No. It's just not. That's not what the next relationship is gonna be.
You can't look.
It's not gonna be like that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like fairy tale, wedding, happily ever after. It's gonna exist differently, and like, that's okay.
It's gonna begin with flaws.
Yeah, it's gonna begin with
like,
baggage.
well, I know the things that I don't want. I can see the red flags right away. I'm working on myself. You know, you got to open up with that too. Like, hey, I have a lot of fucking problems.
Yeah. But
I'm working on them actively though.
Honestly, that feels so much better. Like to not have to have those expectations.
That's how I got into my relationship with Martha, was like beginning. I had a 23-year relationship and got divorced, and then met my current partner. But in that place where I was like, hey, I'm in the program, I'm sober, I'm working on this and that. I'm in multiple forms of therapy. I have a lot of baggage. I have 3 children. And she was like, well, this is refreshing, you know? And it was really cool to like begin a relationship knowing like real parameters. Like you're saying, it's not this fairy tale of like, we're going to get married and have babies and live in a house with a white picket fence. And
But you know, when I see you two together, it is like you're friends. I mean, I saw you out the other night, and it was like, you know, you're just having a good time and being in partnership.
Yeah. And the romantic magic with us was like, it did feel fairy tale, but it was also like very grounded in truth.
Yeah.
Which isn't always romanticized truth, you know?
Yeah.
So your plan was to.
Well,
we have to have a plan of action.
I think. Well, I'm going to take what Clayton said and actually really try to love myself. I mean, so my plan is to love myself.
No, but it's true. Like that sounds insane, but like it's true.
Yeah.
And we're adverse to it because we hate ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
So it sounds silly to even be like, I love myself.
And I mean, look, I have co-host a podcast called I Love You So Much. And I think, you know, we've talked about how
I love you so much.
It's about you, but it's about us.
I love me so much.
Yeah. 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 But I think that you can be, you know, myself.
Yeah.
And so I got to take that to heart.
Well, thank you, Reed.
Oh, you're welcome, Tyler. Yeah.
So mine's a little adjacent to the like loving myself thing, but it's coming from a different angle the last couple weeks. So being the booker essentially for this show, like reaching out to people such as Clayton, to people on old friends of mine, people in the industry, has been really odd. It's been like straining on some of my relationships. And then like there are people that have come through and there are people that have kind of ghosted me, and people that I thought were friends of mine. And I'm not going to name any names, but it's left me feeling like desperate in a lot of instances where I'm like, I went too far, I asked too much, I pissed that person off. Oh, they're here. Like I even mentioned on the episode with Alan that I always put him on this pedestal, and I'm sort of this like, it like hurts. I walk around feeling like, oh, I'm asking too much, or I'm pushing, or I'm not, you know, I don't have enough of a relationship with this person to ask.
Sure.
And so I've been walking around with that feeling a lot. And some of the people that have sort of disappeared on me or have not responded, that shit hurt, man.
Yeah.
I just recently had this like almost a full breakdown about like, I have no value. I'm like valueless as a person. I'm like, all this stuff is pretend. I'm just kind of like spinning my wheels. I'm trying to get people to do this thing. None of it matters. Nobody likes me. I went down that rabbit hole, you know. 2 nights ago, I just decided that definitively is not true.
Okay.
Right? Like I had this moment of like, oh my God, man, it's a new year. I have every right to ask somebody to do a thing. They have every right to not respond to me. You know what I mean? Like it's just, and I think I make a mountain out of a molehill with a lot of these things. And I turn it into this narrative that someone has that they probably don't. Or even if they do, it's probably not to the extreme that I imagine. They're not sitting around cursing my name, being like, oh, I can't believe he fucking asked me to do this thing. Piece of shit.
You know, and you're also asking, you know, oftentimes very busy people with a lot of demands on them to come and give some of their time. And it's just like, they just can't necessarily do that.
Also, but they don't owe me anything. You know what I mean?
Well, and I want to just take a second too, to acknowledge that you have done so much on that front in terms of, you know, booking guests, and obviously our team here has gotten us quite a few people too, some amazing people. But I know, you know, kind of the backbone of the show has been kind of calling in favors from a lot of your friends.
Yeah.
And I do want to acknowledge that can be tricky when you are asking favors of people. And I know you've had to put yourself out there. So I just want you to know, I appreciate that.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. And that's like, you know, we've kind of built the show on that. So.
Yeah. Thank you. And obviously like I've had a lot of friends show up.
Yeah.
Be
absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
So it's not that. It's more that I'm sort of reevaluating my checklist of like what, you know,
well, and
my value.
It's always the person too that says no that you remember more than the ones that say yes, right? Yeah. So it's, you know, it's the one troll on the, you know, there's 100 comments on our thing, and the one troll
gets my goat. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, so my plan of action, it's just been like, it's the same thing. It's like just declaring like, hey man, I love myself. I am of value, and I have every right to ask people to come and be on our podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it's also like that hierarchy thing is so made up, you know, of like so-and-so is more famous or like whatever. It's like, it's such a made up structure.
Yeah, I think so, man. Like,
it really is.
I've had people say
you're much more famous
to
than
me
I am.
too. And it's like, I'm like, are you kidding? Like, I'm just like, even Alan, same thing. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Alan Tudyk, my buddy. He's like, he was like, what? I'm not a famous guy, but then we walk into a room and everyone's like, that's Alan Tudyk. So it is a little bit imaginary.
But I struggle with that too sometimes, just being like, oh, like recently a well-known person had a death in the family, and I was like, I can't reach out. It's like, he's famous.
Right.
Why would I reach it? And it just was this weird, like that's such a weird thing to put around something like that.
Like we don't have the
like it's just people.
Yeah.
But it's also, we live in LA and it's real, and like we feel it sometimes.
Yeah, we definitely feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also been like part of the like conditioning, right? Of like, I've been here for like 30 years now. It's like, you just learn like that shit is real.
Yeah.
And you better obey.
All right.
Clayton.
I mean, the thing that came to me, I guess, if we're just being vulnerable here, is I feel like I don't make enough effort to stay connected with my family. And I felt that in the past, and I've been trying to acknowledge it more lately and just be more open and allowing. Like, I don't want to have separate lives, as if like this is my life here in the city. Yeah. And then my family's back in Dallas and I go see them twice a year. Like, I want it to be more like enmeshed. In order to do that, I have to handle whatever comes up when I'm connected with my family like that, you know? Yeah. But I think it's worth it to have that connection and show up for them.
Yeah. Do you have siblings, or is it you talking about?
I have 3 sisters, my parents, and nephews.
Yeah. My whole family's in Toronto. Yeah. And I'm like... Yeah. You know, I fly out there as often as I can, but it's only probably maximum 2 or 3 times a year. And yeah, it's hard, man. Like relationships that are just kind of a given, they get strained. Yeah. And then it's like, maybe that wasn't a given, you know?
Totally.
Like
you have to work on that just like you work on other personal relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
This thing comes up where I'm like, oh, I like say, I want my parents to come here, but I don't want to have to like take care of them while they're here.
Yeah.
It's going to distract me from the thing I'm doing. If they're here, like say I'm doing a show or like something like that.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, first of all, they can take care of themselves, and that's okay. You can offer time. You can give them some of your time.
Yeah.
You don't have to be so selfish.
Yeah. Also, they may not want to spend all their time with you.
That's what I'm saying to myself.
Yeah.
My brother broke my bubble on that one. He came to visit one time with his wife, and I was like really stressed that I had to like organize all this stuff. And he finally was just like, hey man, we don't want to just spend all our time with you. Like we have all this other shit planned. Like you go do your thing and we'll meet up, you know, tomorrow or whatever. And I was like, and then I was all offended.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Wow. Sounds great to be your brother.
Complicated. Yeah. It's complicated. It is great, but it's also hard.
Yeah. When you don't live in the same area as your family, I've struggled with that so much. And it's something I've talked about. I think I confessed a very similar thing a while back. Like, it's just hard to call people all the time. Yeah. And the longer it goes, I feel like the more it's like, okay, well, I needed to call this person, but instead of like a 15-minute check-in call, now it's going to be an hour and a half because we haven't talked in so long. And then it's like, well, how am I going to fit that in my schedule?
Right.
You know, and so it's never the right time.
But it can even just be like
make dinner, you know,
a touch in.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how are you? Just checking in. But I got in this relationship and pattern with my parents when I would only call them when I was like really high on like something, and I'm like, Mom, guess what? Something good happened, and then that's not a good cycle to be in.
No, and I think I do that all the time. I'm like, I gotta wait till it's the perfect perfect place to call you, even for a check-in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, it will be a 2-hour. I'm gonna have to get vulnerable with this human being, and then it's like, well, maybe I'll just wait till tomorrow. I'll feel like a little bit more like picking up the phone and calling my mom, who would love for me to just call and say, hey, I can't talk, but I just wanted to say hi.
She would.
You right?
She's always commenting on our clips and stuff.
I know. My mom's so great. But it's like, why is that so
hard?
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be hard. Phone. It can just be like, I can handle whatever situation is going to come up when I connect with them, no matter what state I'm in.
Yeah, man.
Well, I get scared. Well, a lot of it for me is like maybe avoiding conflict, because I'm like, oh, I haven't called, so they're going to be mad at me.
Yeah.
And then I have to call, and then they're, then I'm going to have to face how mad they are.
That's
me,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like every time my mom answers the phone, she's like, well, there you are.
And you click.
Well, that doesn't help.
There I go.
Or she says, there's my long lost son. And you're just like, oh,
this is why I don't call that much.
Yeah.
Right. It is your fault I don't call that much. Yeah.
Clayton, can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
Are you a sober individual? Is that something you talk about? Is that
I'm this is a touchy subject for me, because
we can cut this out if you don't want it to be.
No, I can talk about it.
Great.
I'm not fully sober,
okay.
but I have dabbled in sobriety, and I've dabbled in the rooms, and I've done all that, and I've kind of moved through it in the way that I have.
I just noticed you used some language very familiar to me. I'm 8 years sober, and I was like, that I can handle whatever comes my way.
Yeah,
the loving myself, all these things are very part and parcel with AA.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, AA is useful for anybody.
12 steps are useful for anybody, I think. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you've just kind of been in and out of the rooms a little bit, like curious about it.
I'm from Dallas.
Yeah.
That's not clear.
Right.
And growing up in Texas, it's like drinking culture is like insane.
Yeah, I'm Canadian.
And maybe that's everywhere, but it just, we started partying at like 14, 15, and just kind of like, it was just part of life, and that just like carries through. I remember when I moved to LA in my late 20s, and I was going out with people and just having a normal amount of like what I thought normal drinking was, and everyone else is having like 1 or 2 drinks, and I'm like 5 or 6 drinks normal. I was just like, oh, this is like a lot of drinking. And so I just come from that place of like already drinking a lot.
Yeah.
And then a couple years ago, I had like some heavy like emotional distress, and I was like, I literally was just like, maybe it's sobriety will help me. I just thought that was like the thing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like rock bottomed or anything like that. I was just like, and then I learned in the rooms when I was there, and I did go to AA, how everyone in AA has this like kind of like extra voice in their head that's either picking on them or beating them up or telling them they're not good enough or whatever. So I really saw that as the connection and the thing that stood out to me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the drinking, because it wasn't like a drinking was hard for me. It wasn't hard for me to not drink.
Same. It was the stuff around it all.
It was the stuff around of it. So I did a 1.5 years completely sober.
Probably learned a lot about yourself.
Learned a lot about myself. Learned that the issue is more of like whatever, just my mental state and that sort of thing, and allowed myself to casually every now and then. Yeah. I'm just not as hardcore about like not drinking as I was.
And like sobriety means different things to everybody, you know what I mean? Like we all get there in different ways, and like maybe that's just what you needed, you know?
But even if we're taking that break, you don't go back to it ever like you were.
No, and you never, like they say in AA, you can't, you always have a head full of AA. Once you go into AA, you learn all the things that's just in there. You can never unsee that. And this is so cheesy, but my sponsor was like, go through your big book, and literally everywhere it says drinking, change it to thinking. And I was like, so I went through the book and did it, and you read it that way. And it's like, right, man, yes, like drinking was the end result, but like the thinking problem was really my thing. It's just like, I have this monkey brain that just like goes and goes and goes and goes.
Right.
That's why I feed it copious amounts of caffeine so I can stay scared and insecure all the time.
I know. I'm like, maybe my issue in life is just caffeine.
Right.
Like, it's just my caffeine intake. If I took less caffeine, I wouldn't be
Things
an
would be
anxious
perfect.
wreck.
Maybe. But then it's so fun to be on a roller coaster.
Wait, but are you an anxious wreck?
So this is the weird thing, is right now in this moment and the past couple like months, no.
Okay, good. All right.
But I come from a history of ancient wreckage.
Right. Yeah. But also
Anxious
you learned,
wreckage.
you've probably
not
just
ancient wreckage.
Well, it both works. Yeah.
Do you pronounce it ancient though? The people who say ancient,
anxious.
Like, anxious,
yeah.
ancient.
Yeah.
Some people say ancient. I don't like that. Anyway, you probably
I've never heard that. That's
you haven't?
Weird.
Maybe that's a Canadian thing. Like my grandparents like saying Tuesday.
Tuesday.
You're ancient.
Warsh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Canadians say palo, which instead of pillow. I am my palo milk.
Yeah.
But you've also probably learned to present like we do in this industry, whatever, all this industry, like, hey, I'm pretty confident. I'm cool.
Totally.
Everything's cool, man. I'm breathing.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here breathing. I'm not sweating in my seat.
The way that I look at it is like highly like people that are highly motivated or driven are trying to like perfection. We're perfectionists. Even though I don't identify as a perfectionist because I'm not like, I keep a messy house.
Right.
Like that sort of thing.
But there are
my whole life I've been like, I can control how I'm being perceived from the outside. And that caused anxiety over the years. Yeah. And my recent acceptance is like, I can't control that at all.
That's so succinct, man. That's my whole life experience too. Like perfectionism, but I don't present like a perfectionist at all.
But you think you're controlling it, and that just causes you shit tons of anxiety because you can't.
Yeah.
You cannot control how other people perceive you.
No, and every room looks like a challenge.
Yes.
Like something that I'm gonna beat. I'm gonna figure this room out. I'm gonna make this room my room.
And that's that obsession with kind of like that hierarchy and being like, I wanna like I just having to always prove myself and be the best and all those things caused me a lot of anxiety over the years.
No shit. It fits in this industry so well.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and that's why so many people are driven to, I think, like LA and like this place where you can really be like, you know what I'm going to do? The hardest profession in the world.
And I'm going to be the best at it. I'm going to be at the top of the hardest thing to do.
It's going to be impossible, so I'm going to hate myself for it.
And if that doesn't work out, I'll be a musician. And if that doesn't work out, I'll be a chef.
If that doesn't work, I'll be a motivational speaker.
Yes. Yeah. I'll teach.
That's the weird one.
I'll teach.
Everyone's always like, I'm really down and out. You know what I should do? Motivational speak.
Yeah. I've had a lot of people recently be like, you could like teach an online acting
But there's nothing wrong with teaching, by the way.
No.
Like teaching's great.
If you're
coming from a place of like offering something, not from like, God.
But also like,
I
have imposter syndrome big time. I never studied, so I don't have a lot of like teachings to pass on. I only know what I know. So when people are like, you should teach, I'm like, I would just be teaching like craziness. Like I would just be teaching you the weirdest way to get to the thing that other people know how to get to easier.
People are really telling you should teach? That doesn't strike me.
Maybe not. Maybe I've been telling
you're like everyone's been saying
every single.
I've learned a lot from you. I don't know though in the classroom setting.
No.
But
I'm a life teacher, man. This is my classroom.
But that's the truth. Like the opposite is like you are like everyone has something to offer.
Yeah.
Because we've lived a little. You know.
Yeah. I think where it gets weird for me is where people are like, hey, teach an online masterclass and like ask people for $300 for a weekend.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I'm not that guy. I don't have the thing to give you that would justify that kind of
right because like there's no what are you gonna say, just like keep going
like ask questions, man. Act just say the lines and do them like you have never said them before.
It worked for me. That not giving up will work for you too.
And here I am.
We love doing this show, and it's not without our listener support that we do it. It sounds a little like NPR, but it is actually true. So we do have our Patreon. It's patreon.com/ILYSM pod. We love the love bugs.
We do love our love bugs.
We love our love bugs. We are in there right now. We are doing our ad-free episodes. We're doing so you don't have to listen to these Patreon ads if you're in the Patreon.
Yeah.
That's a real feedback loop right there. That's great.
Yeah.
And then of course we do our songs of the week, Tyler's Tuesday Tales. We interact with people in the chat. I mean, it's all going down. And we love to be able to bring you these conversations, and we're trying to grow this community where these topics like non-toxic masculinity and
hair loss,
sobriety,
body positivity,
therapy, losing weight, all this stuff where we can talk about it in a way that I think is unfiltered and honest. I mean, that's the biggest thing is we just want to be honest and
transparency,
and truthful. So we really can't do this without you all. So we really want to keep this going. So please go to ILYSM pod on Patreon. So it's patreon.com/ILYSM pod. Thank you. We love you so much.
We love you so much. I want to talk about hair transplants.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Because it's on my mind, man.
Yeah,
right? It's on your head. It's literally on your mind.
It's literally on my head. Like I said earlier, I have been down the balding rabbit hole since I was 17. I started losing my hair in my senior year. Yeah, whoa, you're so fucked up. And I was like, I got kind of known in my 20s for this crazy hairstyle, which was my version of a comb over. I just called it a comb together. So I did like, it wasn't a faux hawk. It was all pushed together here, but then like also all out, and it just became this thing, and I bleached it. It became like my signature, and people were like, oh, that's that guy. That's Tyler Bean. He's got the crazy hair. And then I was on finasteride, and I took like all the drugs, and I, microderming my hair and all this shit. Eventually it all culminated in a very expensive procedure about 5 years ago.
That's expensive.
It was $60,000.
That's a lot.
And
how many grafts?
4,700.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was with this guy. Yeah. It's a serious rescue mission.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Fudge.
Yes, it hurts, man.
I'm getting mine on Friday.
It hurts for a long time. That's what I want to get to.
Yeah.
It's like, so I know what comes on the other side of it, which was like a dream come true. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, it was more than what so that was my look for a long time, but usually more blonde, like bleachy.
But
also,
I would do that annoying thing where I'm like, you have so much hair.
Yeah, but there was a lot of trickery going on there. Yeah.
But I'm like, hello, hair powder.
Yeah,
there's so many secrets to this stuff.
Oh wait, so you put in what's hair powder?
Like,
see, I have the thick head of hair. And
well, good for you.
What are your goals with the transplant? Like, what are you hoping on the other side for?
There's been a really long journey with the hair thing,
right?
Because
how old are you, Clayton? If you don't mind me asking,
I'm 44.
Right.
44.
Right. It's good
44.
Age. Yeah,
I'm 44. No, I'm not. I'm 45. Man, I just turned 45.
Yeah,
I'm
even
proud.
better, man. One better than 44.
Yeah, and like proudly 45. But my hair is not even that. I mean, like I look like a insane professor right now.
Yeah,
but so
in a really good way.
Yeah, it was all connected to like when I was like crazy and wanted to be perfect and all those things, and I've always had like a receding kind of like M-shaped hairline or whatever.
Right, I have that too. It's a widow's peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just kind of got like there was a moment, I got a touch of OCD where I got obsessed with my hair thinning, and I could tell it was thinning, and it just became like an obsession for me, a true obsession where I was like, my hair's thinning. I don't know what I'm going to look like. When's it going to end? How far is it going to go? What's it going to do to my career? I'm looking at every man I pass like, is that going to be me? Is that going to be me? Why does he have good hair?
Every picture I see of myself, I zoom in on my hair.
Yeah, just like really insane.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is now that I'm in a different kind of mental state, I'm like, I like my weird hairline.
Yeah.
But I'm already going through this procedure. But my goal with it is to kind of just maintain like where I'm at. And honestly, I would say part of it is because of like the work I want to do as an actor and that sort of thing. I think it just helps me be in a more confident place.
Yeah.
Where I can like play certain types of characters and look a certain way. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to just be like, it's for my career, but part of it it's for me because I want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm a little insecure about how my hair looks. And that's why I'm doing it. My goal is just to be happy with it and love myself after.
Well, I can tell you, like I said, I have the knowledge of what it felt like when it all grew in, because it takes a while, but it was like magical. It was like it was like a dream come true. It was like I was like, this is the best thing I've ever done with my life, other than getting laser surgery and having children.
Yeah,
I was like, this is in that order. And getting I love my children. I don't want the internet to go fucking crazy on me again. It was like amazing.
Yeah,
but then, like I said, it fell out again, and I was on certain supplements, and I kind of got sick for a while, and hair started thinning out again. And so I had this double, like when my hair started going thin the first time around, like I was very young, it was like part of my life. Part of what I did was like trickery.
Right.
But then I had a head of hair after the surgery, and I was like, I don't have to do any of the trickery anymore. It was like I could just wash my hair and sort of like leave the house. It was like unbelievable. So I'm like double obsessed now. You know what I mean? Like now I'm like, but I just had it. I had the dream, and it came out. So I want to say, like, it's not a perfect procedure.
Totally.
I think the aftercare, the maintenance is really important, which is where I failed, I think, with taking like Nutrafol, which really works.
But it seems weird that it's not permanent.
It is permanent. My hairline is much better than it was.
What I would say happened is your native hair fell out. Your old hair, like the hair that they move is probably still there. But all your other hair kind of fell out.
Because I stopped
you stopped doing taking the things, and you're just getting older. And guess what? Men, when we get older, no matter who you are, your hair's gonna thin. On some level.
So the transplants are firmly in place.
Totally.
And I take care of those guys.
Yeah.
I use all the shampoo and I wash and everything. But I have like a laser cap. I do all the,
it's a lot of time and energy.
It is. Yeah. So after the transplant, I felt like I didn't have to do any of that. And I was like, what a relief. I'm released from this like hair prison. But I'm not.
You're not.
I'm right back. I was never out. I was like on probation.
So what's the obsession with it? And
shut up.
I know. That's the thing is I understand me saying that, but it's like I think bald guys look good. There's a lot of different hairstyles,
agreed.
A lot of different ways.
What I always say is like, if I weren't an actor and like an on-camera person, I feel like I would have a different relationship with it.
Is that totally true? Because I've said that too, but somewhere inside I'm like,
But again, the issue is it's a deep internal thing, I think, because it reminds you like, oh, I'm getting older. Like I'm not. It just makes you be like.
I dye my hair, so I get the getting older.
It's
thing,
just more. I think it's just more like, oh God, I'm getting older. Life isn't permanent. Oh shit. I think it just is a bigger thing that has revealed itself to me through the hair journey.
Yeah. I've thought about it a ton because like for years I was like, well, if I was an actor.
And I feel like a lot of guys do. It's a bit like now that I'm in that world, I'm on the Reddits and all that. And like people are like freaking out about this.
Yeah.
There's like it's just no one talks about it really.
That's funny too, because when I was getting the procedure done, the Dr. Bernal was like, we'll give you a 45% discount if you put this on Instagram.
So by the way,
and my agents were like, don't, no, you never do that.
Let me preface this by
you're getting some.
I'm doing this as like a full brand deal.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about that.
Mohebi is it's part of like that's part of what this is.
Yeah.
Like that's not why, but it's like this. It's a mutually beneficial partnership.
And I think that I think talking about this is great.
Yeah, and I've already been talking about it on my socials.
I reached out to you because you have the clinical trials as well. And I was like, good for you, man. Because my agents literally were like, no, we want you to pay twice as much for because no one can know. And then I'm like, but people see that I just have hair all of a sudden. And like,
who was it recently? Like John Cena got a hair transplant. Like everybody on TV that has a perfect hairline that's in their 40s has a hair transplant.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like we all pretend we don't. So it's like every other
anyone.
And every other procedure is like okay to talk about for some reason, kind of. But hair is like still sort of the big no-no about like admitting you had a hair transplant.
When I had my ponytail facelift, I didn't tell anyone.
Right. Yeah. But you look great.
Great. Thanks.
And now we all know.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Shit. Fuck. Everybody watches
I did not have
show.
that. People tell me online all the time that I remind them of what's his name? The guy with the pasta. Like
Stanley Tucci.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Stanley Tucci's bald.
Right.
And so
you look a little like David Wayne too, who's really owned his like.
Yeah, he's
thing,
great. And now there's this other thing where I'm like, wait, am I gonna like ruin my?
Right.
Now I'm like, am I gonna ruin my career?
That's interesting.
But it's more so I'm getting a very subtle keepage of what I have. We're not going crazy here.
It's not gonna ruin anything. You'll be very happy. It's amazing, but. I do think the real internal question of it is like, why? Why do we care so much, right?
Yeah.
Eric Lang was like, I just let it go. I just let it. He's one of my favorite character actors. Like, I just let it go. And he loves it. He's proud of it. And it made me kind of leave here that day being like, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with me, man? Like, why am I so concerned with it? The identifier of it all for me is where I think it's not mortality. It's not that I'm getting older. It's not like, I think there's like this, it's piled on top of an already less than sort of perspective on myself. And then the balding thing is like the hair was such an identifier for me as a young actor that I definitely attached it to what my career goals were. But then there's also like this, if you're in the stage where you're in denial, right? Where people are just like, shave it, man. I never want to fucking be there. I never want to be the guy that's clinging onto my hair.
Totally.
So I'm like, well, I'm going to just keep doing the thing because I don't want to have to shave my head and just have that forever. So I'm stuck in this limbo where I'm like, I don't want to let go of it, but I also don't want to just be the guy that has like such thin hair that people are like, dude, shave it.
Yeah. Well, do you think it has something to do with interest from women? That you're scared that women are not going to find a bald guy attractive.
Yeah, probably, or just people in general.
Yeah, I think it's just,
but it's very specifically women. Or
anybody who wants to be attracted to.
I think it's just like there is a thing about attraction and how I want to present myself in the world and how I like see myself. There's just this thing, like, if you look at how you present yourself, and then all of a sudden you're like, this isn't how I want to present myself.
Yes.
This doesn't match what I want to present to the world.
The outside doesn't match the inside.
Yeah. And so you're kind of just like, I'm going to do it. And then I feel guilty because I'm always like, you got to love yourself.
Yeah. Right.
And here I am.
What if this is an act of self-love though? Like that's how I view it. I'm like, I want
love and accepting
to
are two
feel
different things.
and look a certain way because it matches. Like I said, it's an identifier for me. It feels like, there I am. You know? It's like hair dysmorphia.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a form of body dysmorphia,
absolutely,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like there's a level of that in there, you know, like some people don't think about it.
Yeah.
And some people do. Like I'm aware, obviously so aware of how I'm perceived. And that's always been part of my like journey.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to have some self-perceptions too, you know?
It's nice too, because after the procedure, the transplant, I did feel like I let go of a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't as much bandwidth being taken up. It was like, oh, fuck,
so
oh God.
Leading up to the procedure, I've been like,
it's like in a week,
no,
right?
it's on Friday.
It's on Friday. God.
So knowing that it's coming, and I've kind of just been like, okay, for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to just wear my hair how it normally looks and not try to cover it. And there's been some freedom in that, and just being like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Dipping my toe in that. It's like, oh, it's actually like, doesn't matter. People like me. It's not me not wearing hair powder, which I want to explain to you.
Yeah, I really still need to know
get
about
into
It's
too.
not like trying to fix myself or like whatever has made me be like, oh, it's nice to feel comfortable here in your own skin.
I had the same thing. Like mine's not till May, and I'm like, because I was obsessing over it. Now I'm kind of like,
yeah,
it is what it is.
It's coming. The fix is coming in a way. But again,
we're still both wearing hats.
I know. Hey, look who we're the ones wearing hats.
Yeah. I haven't done this podcast without a hat on since like the first 6 episodes.
And that was the thing, is like all the like roles I've been doing lately. I've literally been like, do you think there's a way I could wear a wig?
Right. Yeah. Me too. Or I just,
and they're like, oh, what? And I'm like,
we're not,
because that's like a big thing.
Yeah. It's like an $8,000. Yeah.
And they're like, there's not really in the budget. And I'm like, it's like, it's really like becoming like a thing.
Explain hair powder to this guy.
Yeah. So the way that I found out about hair powder was from an acting gig. Actually, I did like a Days of Our Lives, like 2-episode thing.
Nice.
And you know, on soap operas, they want everyone to look like their absolute best.
Right.
And so the lady that did my hair, and I had more hair back then, like blow dried it and like did all this thing, and then she started squeezing this like atomizer thing in my hair, and all of a sudden my hair was just like full and back, and I was just like, what did you do to my hair?
What is this alchemy?
These hair fibers that they put in your hair, and it bonds to the hair you have, and it makes it look thicker. It just fills in all your hair. It's weird.
And like multiple, there's like Topic, there's like all these different forms of
and like and again, it's one of those things where you like realize like, oh, people are doing, like, men are doing this. It's like something people do.
I think most actors, I mean, it's rare that I see anybody in the chair on set not getting a little bit of their hair filled in.
I bring my own. I'm like, load her up.
I actually do mine before I go to work. Usually I'm like, and then if there's any spots I missed, they're like, oh, I get that. But also I take it one step further. I have the Topic, the atomizer. I also use texturizing powder.
Yeah.
And I mix them together. So there's like this colored texturizing powder, and I spray it in when my hair is wet, and I sort of mess it up, and it just does it. It's like but it's also a pain in the ass, you know. And if I'm going to work, I have to like blow dry with my Bumble styling cream, and then I do the thing, and it's such a pain in the ass. But I want to say one thing. You just said on soap operas they want you to look your best,
right?
And you immediately equate that to having
a lot of hair,
right? We just do.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's baked into the cake.
It goes back to just like, because there's a dark side to all this too, because I remember like early on, I was kind of freaking out about my hair. It was like this shed that I had. And I was talking to my acting teacher, and I was like, I like had a private session with him to be like, I'm freaking out about my hair. And he like reached over on his desk, and he picks up a bottle, and he was like, and shakes this bottle. And I was like, what is that? And it was finasteride,
right?
Which is also known as Propecia, which is this pill that helps people keep their hair, helps men keep their hair. Women can't even touch it.
No, it's like
it's toxic.
Mess
to
up
them.
your ovaries. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also toxic for men too. Yeah. It's not something anyone should take, but so many guys take it, and how it lets you keep your hair. And I took that and had some really negative side effects associated.
Oh, you did?
With it. Yeah.
I've been taking it since I was 21.
No, I've tried a few times, and you get really bad side effects, and it's not worth it.
Did you get any psychological side effects?
Full psychological side effects. I had issues downstairs.
Right.
Like not a good experience.
I didn't have any of that. It's crazy.
It just depends on who.
And I had 3 babies. You know what I mean? Like I had 3 children. It does depend, but they are very clear about the side effects when you go to get the prescription. But men are just like, I don't care.
They're like, just so you know, this can make
sterility,
you impotent,
impotence,
and sterile.
Suicidal ideation.
21 years.
I started it when I was 21.
Right,
and
so
my hair
like 25 years now.
100%. I was like, oh my God, because it was.
But you've been doing it continually since then.
Yeah, I still take it to this day. Yeah, I use a finasteride minoxidil
spray.
Yeah, and I also use like all these like peptides and shit like GHK.
I just feel like I don't know. Like this is a whole world I didn't know.
You
about.
Italian?
Yeah, no, English.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. As men, so many times we don't understand what women go through to look how they look, right? Mm-hmm. All the time. There's all this kind of hidden economy, all this time.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. Oh, the guys got this too. And it's like,
in one area, really.
Yeah, in one area. Well, but it is illuminating, right? Because I think that as someone who has not faced that issue, it's like, I'm just unaware of it. And then, of course I know, I've seen ads for the pills and all this stuff.
But it's also like you're based on your personality and who you are. If it did happen, maybe you would just accept it and be like,
probably not.
Yeah.
That's
like a lot of people who have opinions on like, just let it go bald. I'm like, yeah, you have a full head of hair. You've never thought about it. You don't have to even consider what that feels like to lose your hair, right? I'm not angry at those people, but I'm like, you sound a little angry at those people.
A little bit, yeah.
Just walk a mile, you know what I mean? It's like you can't
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in this hair.
I have a receding hairline.
Yeah. What is it about that though that is like something that is hard to face, that you can't face?
Is it mortality?
Man. I mean, is it like, because I think legitimately
I didn't really answer that question at all.
So many people look good with less hair.
I have a great shaped head too. I've shaved my head and I like it.
I have no idea.
When I've cultivated that look.
Right.
I don't want that to happen by accident.
Like you could grow a beard, like a long beard, and be bald and ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, I could do that.
I can't.
No? Well, you can grow a beard.
I can't do that.
I don't know how to ride a motorcycle, by the way. But yeah.
Well, no, but I am a little self-conscious about my beard growing. So if I grow a beard, like here on my sides, it's really thin. Like I'm a hairy person, but for some reason it gets patchy right there, and I can do it. It's nice and full here.
Whoa,
but
they do beard transplants.
I know exactly.
It's really popular.
You can do
actually,
it for your beard.
The thing I'm doing in Turkey, honestly, they were like, hey, do
you know about this turkey place and how everyone goes there to get?
Let's talk turkey. They're gonna take some of the hairs from my neck and put them on the back of my crown right here, because they're like, look, it doesn't matter. That hair doesn't need to match the front of your hairline.
What?
It'll be thicker. It's more coarse, and you have more down here. And we won't have to take from your donor. And I was like, do it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this turkey thing.
This is the leading hair transplant industry in the world is in Turkey. There's like 600 plus transplant clinics in Turkey alone, in Istanbul alone, which is crazy.
But it's still great to stay in the U.S. and do it here. Yeah. At Parsonville Heavy Hair.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, do you have a specific place?
Actually, we should be plugging your deal. I did it though. You know what I mean? And now I'm like, look, I want to go get a second one. And I know a lot of people have had.
Honestly,
third,
I feel like
fourth.
For your second one, it might be like, okay.
Yeah, because it's
like, and that was the whole podcast talking about hair.
No, but I think that's great. I mean, that's kind of what this is about. I mean, we're talking about self-love.
The reason that I came from a place of like, I'm going to be open and talk about this is because a lot of people can say that it's like meaningless and it's like, who cares? It's just your hair and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But I know that it affects more people than we say. And like a lot of men struggle with it in silence. And it's like, if that's going to be my cause.
Right. But it is depressing. Like
that's the thing.
Real debilitating depression.
It can lead to some really severe depression and negative self-talk and that sort of thing.
Sure.
So it's like, you got to be open and honest about it. And there are options for it. And someone that's already depressed should not be taking something that that is going to mess with their hormones, like some of these pills.
Yeah.
So there's other options, you know?
Yeah. I mean, just to quickly explain what finasteride does, actually, we have two different kinds of testosterone in our body. One is for that goes to your, your genitalia and your body hair and deeper voice. And then there's DHT, which goes just to the top of your head. And men who are going bald have high levels of DHT, but there's no way to separate DHT from your regular testosterone. What finasteride does is it just incrementally lowers both, because they can't separate them. If they could, they would give you a pill that just took your DHT down to zero, and your hair would be the peanut butter solution. But because it's dangerous, they have to.
I've never heard anyone reference that movie.
Oh, that's a book too. It's one literary
Maybe
literary
that's why we're
masterpiece.
obsessed with our hair.
Maybe. It was a book where this kid rubs peanut butter solution on their head, and their hair grows like down to the floor and longer. Anyway, which is a dream come true. It's dangerous to lower your testosterone because of all the side effects. So it has to be this little tiny, you take like 1 to 5 milligrams of this thing a day, and it slowly sort of reduces the amount of DHT on your scalp. And that's the only real solution, but it has all these side effects that really fuck people up. Other than that, it's transplants really are the only two proven clinical answers. Although you're part of a clinical trial that's using something, or you're promoting a clinical trial.
Some people say that minoxidil, which is Rogaine, and people start taking oral minoxidil, but oral minoxidil also has a lot of side effects. One of them being elevated heart rate, which is elevated heart rate and can cause anxiety.
Right.
So the company that I worked with is developing a pill, excuse me, that's oral minoxidil that's slow release, so it doesn't have the same side effects. That's what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a tried, tested, and true drug.
Yeah.
In a different delivery format.
A different form, like delivery.
That's cool, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Part of me is thinking, I'm actually trying to relate to this, and I keep coming back to weight. Right. Because it's one of those things where and as we've talked about on the show, kind of being the fat guy, especially in entertainment, it's the punchline.
Yeah.
And I mean, bald is a big punchline too.
It's a big punchline.
It's a big punchline.
Look at Benny Hill, man. He had his little slaphead bald guy that was like the brunt of every joke.
Yeah. Well, and so
that hurt me.
I'm really finding a pathway to kind of understand why, because people can be like, oh, you're not that overweight. You look good. I mean, whatever. And I'm like, well, no, this is really,
it's very
this is
personal.
holding me back.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all these things, and it makes people see me as lesser than. And so I can, I mean, it's very relatable when I
as
think
a guy
of it like
who's
that.
been on both
exactly,
journeys, like I definitely, I had this like really kind of terrifying moment years ago where I was like, if I'm fat and I go bald, I'm just nothing. I was like, I won't be attractive to anybody. I'm just this fat, bald, ugly guy. And it like scared the shit out of me. Okay, so here we go. That's I guess really the real gist of it.
I would agree that there's something in there that you're like, for some reason, if I'm bald, I'm unlovable. Like that's like what it is.
Yeah. And it really scared me. Like I immediately like went on all these kind of dangerous diets and started taking at 21 years old, taking finasteride, which was pretty experimental at the time. This is whatever, 36 years ago.
25 years or 26 years ago.
And math. Finasteride does not help with your mathematic skills.
Nothing does.
No. But anyway, I think that's the deep nugget, which I kind of sidestepped, was like, yeah, it goes back to the lovability thing. And then with the body, it's dysmorphia. Like it didn't matter what I did to my body. I just had this real self-deprecating outlook on myself, no matter what.
There's a big rise in this actually online right now with young men that are kind of like doing this looks maxing. Have you heard of this?
No,
like there's this whole community of like you've heard of this, right?
The millennials are all nodding their heads.
Like looks maxing, where these like young men are obsessed with their looks and they're trying to not be like, like trolls. There's like names they call them. They're all trying to be like Chads,
right?
And they do insane stuff. And like 18-year-olds are like injecting themselves with like testosterone, and they're like taking Ozempic at like it's just like it's this new like
looks maxing
fad. It's called it's crazy.
I call it like biohacking at my age, but I guess if I was younger,
that's like a health thing. This is not healthy. It's like it's actually like all thing looks, even if it affects your health negatively.
Yeah.
Which, as we know, is going to be it's going to not sit well in the future for these people.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I think it's all from is me like barking at the moon, but like it's all from social media.
Yeah.
And what it has done to our self-image and our culture and all that stuff. It's like really fucked us up.
Yeah, for sure. And like, even as a older gentleman who's on the internet and on Instagram, like it is fucked me up for sure, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember growing up without all that sort of that social mirror. I think I was a little healthier.
Well, yeah. I mean, we get it on the show a little bit, you know, it's always, oh, you put your feet on the thing or you do it, you know.
Yeah. Someone was like, who sits like that? Like, now I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, someone called me out for having my glasses on my
like,
in my shirt.
What?
I'm just like, it's like, what do you put it in your pocket? I'm like, okay, but why am I?
You don't put glasses in your pocket. You put them right here.
Exactly.
Yes, they don't get micro scratches and spider scratches on them, or you put them down here.
Exactly. So, but Clayton, do you? Because I know you mostly from the sketch comedy stuff you're doing on your Instagram. Are you like an actor, sketch comedian, or have you used the word influencer on yourself? Do you?
I don't identify as an influencer. Like I really don't, because I that's not what I do. I think of an influencer as someone who's more the focus of their content is recommending products and like recommending places to
like
go,
hair transplants,
like influencing people, right? And minoxidil.
Well, I will say the hair transplant is maybe the only thing I've ever done that feels more influencer driven.
Right.
Everything else I do is like commercials that fund my other content. It's like I look at my channel as like a little TV channel, and these commercials fund the other things.
Right.
If I do a brand deal, I'm not like, I use this because da-da-da-da. I'm like trying to incorporate a funny commercial around what it is. So I just say I'm a content creator or like.
But does actor sit at the top of your
I think
hyphens?
Actor, yeah, for sure. I was hesitant at first to even get into social media because I was like, I'm an actor. We don't do that. And that was like, I'm so glad that my friend Alana pushed me into doing social media, because it's really the thing that has allowed me to act more, but I look at them as two separate things. My first thing I did in LA was commercial work. I did tons of commercials, and slowly I realized like even doing commercials, that's not really acting. Like it is, you have to like improvise and do things that an actor would do, but the career of it is not acting. It's like advertising, you know, like that's what you're doing. So I look at it as different. Like I focus on my acting, I go to acting class, I do that, and then social media is like just a different tributary.
I mean, it really is. It's like a whole nother beast. Right?
Yeah,
but like
within that though, you are acting. I mean, that's the stuff
and
you do.
Flexing your
and it's
muscle.
At the same, I don't want to say that completely, because I'm also like, oh, let me kind of showcase some of the like things that I could do or would want to do, or you know, like
well, it catches people's eyes too, right? Like you definitely like. I know that a lot of people who have kind of blown up on social end up actually enhancing their acting career.
Totally.
Right?
I mean, majority of the opportunities that are coming to me in the more like traditional acting space, like film and TV roles, weapons are coming to me because of this awareness that I built on social media, which is just a weird outcome. It's not weird. No, but it was not the intention, you know.
It was kind of easy to see that writing on the wall a while ago, though, right? That like entertainment content is just entertainment, and entertainers in either sort of realm are like eyeballs, their butts in seats.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that guy is really famous on YouTube. It's not really that different from being.
I really like to protect the idea that people on the internet are still valuable and like make cool things, and like they're just like YouTubers are just filmmakers that make stuff for YouTube. It's not like there's no hierarchy.
That's what I'm saying. It's sort of like it's all entertainers are entertainers.
Totally. Well, it's about being a maker, actually. What I find is like what I am as a creator person. Like I make things. Right. Sometimes when I go and I'm just acting on something, it's a different feeling. Like it's not even, sometimes it's not as rewarding sometimes as like making your own thing. Yeah. You know, it just isn't.
I've only done that once. I made a music video for a song that I wrote and put out, and top to bottom, the whole thing was mine. It was like, it was impactful. It was like for weeks I was walking around like, oh my God, I like made a thing. I put a thing in the world, you know, it is different.
Totally. Yeah. It's interesting where the line is between the stuff you do and what is short film. Cause I was actually last night before this, I was scrolling through watching a bunch of your stuff just to prep for this. And, you know, I'm like, is short. I actually had a thought. I'm like, is actually short films like that you would go to like a film festival and see the shorts, are they dead? Is this now just what this is? And then I come across on your feed an actual short film, and you could tell because it's shot horizontally.
Right.
It looks like more like film stock. And it had credits and everything else. And it was a short film, and it did feel kind of different than your other stuff.
Was it the picture day thing?
The engagement photos. Yeah, exactly.
So that was not like, I didn't make that. That was something I just acted in. But I did find it interesting that a filmmaker who traditionally goes down the short film, like film festival submission route and all that sort of thing, made this film and then released it first on Instagram.
Yeah.
It was interesting because it got tons of engagement, tons of views. One of the comments that like really stood out was it said like, oh, apparently I do have an attention span, because they watched like an 11-minute film on Instagram. Maybe, I don't know how long it was. Maybe
I want to say it was like 4 minutes.
Okay,
maybe.
Well, it felt,
right. I mean, it felt like 11.
That's a decade.
Okay, 4 minutes is a long time for Instagram.
Yeah.
I did not make that one. Like,
sure.
I still when I post stuff on social media, I do come from a place of like, there is like a way that my social media goes out there, you know?
Yeah, you have like a system,
like a style or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
well, like Steph, not to talk about somebody else, but Steph directed a really cool short film, and I think she did go that route, right? Like she went
Steph
to
Barkley.
Steph Barkley. She put this film out. She wasn't in. She directed and I think co-wrote with somebody.
Yeah,
and it's fucking great. It's a great short film.
The one she shot in like Ireland.
Yeah,
or
it's really fantastic. There's barely any dialogue in it. It's just these two women like beating each other up, these sisters, which is it's actually really profound.
I mean, I think that we all have, like Steph, good example. Me, people of a certain age, like we still want that traditional.
Yeah, there's a space for that.
Yeah, like we're like we moved to LA with this like desire to be actors and like be on a TV show and that sort of thing, and then the social media kind of came along. So I feel like we're always at odds with like, but I want to be like an actor doing this, but I'm becoming this like social media person, but they're just, it's being a social media person is like really, it's new. It's like new territory.
You're still at like relatively the beginning of the crest. You're not even at the crest of the wave. It's still a movement.
And I think it's just like, there's so many, a lot of the new shows that have come out are created by social media people. Like for years, we never saw anyone kind of cross over from social media into like the mainstream. And now I feel like it's way more acceptable.
Yeah,
sure.
And way more like acknowledge that some of these creators are really, really talented and doing really cool things.
Yeah, the division is way less stark. It's the same with film, like TV and movie actors. Like when I moved here, it was like, well, you're one or the other.
Yeah,
you're not
totally.
Both. And then it was like, well, no, not really. Like guys in my generation started to really do like crossing over, like Seth Rogen, and like it became like, oh, you can be a movie star. And now movie stars, big movie stars, are all doing TV, and like it's definitely, the lines are getting erased, I think, not just blurred.
When I moved to LA like 18 years ago, I was driving out and I was in Phoenix at like a little gas station, and there was like an old timey like newspaper thing, and like on the front page was this article that was like, YouTubers find success in like, it was just the first glistening of like this new world. And I remember seeing that like, just like noting it as like, oh, maybe like, and I think that was like, oh, this is going to be part of my like journey here. And I started making content as soon as I got to LA that I was just posting at that time on like Facebook. Right. I've always been making things, and luckily how it lined up with social media is I had a place to post it now,
The creative output for you obviously is very important to you as a
and then that's how your brain kind of works. My brain works like, so like comedians are like, how can I write this as like a joke on stage? And my brain works like, oh, how could this be like a video?
Like a sketch,
it's like a 1 minute video,
That's a cool way to think though, man. Like I think a lot of us have those moments in the day, right? We're like, oh, I had a funny idea. And you think, oh, I have to flesh this out into like a feature or something. And
that's still where my brain goes.
Like a funny short,
it's like I gotta sketch. Even in terms of making like a short film, I've been like, what's the point? You know, it's like, it's still the same amount of work. Let's just make a feature.
Yeah, that's what I was
but you're actually making stuff. And that's the thing is I felt like I've always had this paralysis of not making anything because, well, it's got to be a feature film.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then why do it? What is it going to do for me? And, you know, that I think is absolutely the wrong way to go about it.
I mean, like I just said, I've been here 18 years. I just had my first like big role. Like,
right on.
Like, but I'm just like, I'm like, this has been a slow burn process for me. Right. And the thing that has kept me here and kept me like alive and in it is my own content that I've been making. If I did not have that, like, I don't know if I would have lasted here for 18 years.
It's pretty amazing, man.
You know?
Like, yeah, like it's, I think a lot of people still put that in a category that's
totally.
Like
and
but man, it was your lifeline.
Totally. And it wasn't about, oh, this is going to make me famous or this is going to get me this. It was like, I'm going to spend my time making stuff and doing stuff and exploring these characters I want to play and that sort of thing. So when someone comes up to you and they're like, what are you working on? I'm not like, nothing. Right. Like, I'm like, oh, I just shot a short. Oh, I've been doing this thing. Or it just gets you in the energy of being a creator. Because that's really what we are. You know, like I think that just traditional actors are kind of like, that's kind of like, I'm not going to say going away, but that's less like true.
And you're looking at one.
Yeah, and it's like, because even when you look at these big actors like whoever, Jacob Elordi or whatever, they're all producers. They're all finding the things that they want to make. Yeah. It's just that's where we're headed.
I remember when that term first came out. What's your multi-hyphenate? Right. Multi-hyphenate. And I was like,
because when you first got here, it was like, oh, you can't say that you're a director and an actor.
No, you just have to do the thing.
You have to pick your one. Yeah. I've been doing more work in the past 2 years.
Did Weapons really like catapult you into a place you wanted to go?
I think opened some doors for me and gave me more of an awareness to people. Yeah. And like I just like had a meeting with Nancy Meyers.
Right on, man.
And like
that's how you make it.
But
you go
this
to a Nancy
is a
Meyers
really crazy experience because literally I get a call from my agent and they're like, Nancy Meyers wants to meet you. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And like, they're like, she saw Weapons. And like, if you've seen Weapons, I'm in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you do make an impression.
I have like a important role, but it's not a lot of screen time. Yeah. They're like, Nancy Meyers saw Weapons and wants to meet you. And I was just like, that's like what you hear happening in the movie.
Yeah. And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
Man.
And then you're just so like, there's been more opportunity, but I'm still like making stuff. Like, I'm not like changing what I do. Like I'm shooting content tomorrow.
Yeah, it's great. And I think like even with all this, circumstance removed, like it's essential to you. You know what I mean? Like even just as a creative individual, like I think that's where we often stifle ourselves. Like, oh, it is monetizable in your case, but if it's not something I can make a career out of, or if I can't make money out of it, if it's not going to get me to this other thing, what's the point?
Right.
But like, it's not creativity is not throwaway. It's not a thing that you just got.
I think it comes back to the element of it that we're all after is like, I think you're entertaining people. You're putting things out there that resonate with people. Yeah. And I noticed, in researching you, I'm looking, and a lot of my friends are following you that are not industry people, right? Who I think just like your videos. Yeah. And it's like that. I mean, that's really cool, right? That there's just people out there who you're just making the content that speaks to you and it speaks to them.
Yeah. And I think that the key for me is I just have tapped into things that I'm thinking about and things that I'm interested in. And, I'm like a 45-year-old that makes content. Like, I'm not trying to pretend like I'm young or whatever. Like I'm making stuff about and like, guess who's on Instagram and Facebook? People my age. So like, if you, I think that that's the easiest thing is like, what am I thinking about? What's on my mind? What am I noticing that people are doing or saying? And that's where I start.
Right. And that is relevant.
Yeah.
To millions and millions and billions of people.
And that's that thing about like, like they say like intense specificity is broad relatability. Right. And like I've learned that actually is 100% true because of the internet. The more like honed in on where like the specific thing you're thinking about. Yeah. There's gonna be other people that are right there with you. That's thinking smart. About that.
You can't just like throw cast a huge net and be like, I'm just gonna grab as many people as I can with this vague idea.
Like like I did a video about Ojai recently.
I was just thinking about that.
It's also what I've learned is like it's not about how many people follow you, it's about who follows you. And if you post content online, only one person needs to see it for it to maybe open a door for you,
right?
You know,
yeah,
like
right
that's
person,
true.
Yeah. No, but the Ojai, that spoke to me.
Yeah.
Juice and cabbage.
And I didn't even know that
Sweet
juice
juice.
and cabbage is like a thing.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's like
of
actually
course.
a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like a week later, there was an article that was in the New York Times that was like, cabbage is the new superfood. And I was like,
yeah.
I think it's the oldest
how did I know
superfood.
that?
I think most vegetables are actually derivatives of cabbage. Did you know
Dude,
that?
cut a cabbage in half,
Yeah.
put some butter on it, put it in the oven and bake it.
Oh my God.
It's the best thing you've ever eaten.
Yeah. I love it, man. Or braised cabbage. Like not like shredded, but like half a cabbage braised. Oh my God.
Cabbage.
Yeah.
Or do it with the corned beef. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Irish know what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For me, male friendships were a thing that I had my whole life, but they were based in some performative nature. There was a lot of drinking involved. It was like, you go watch a game with somebody. I'm not really like a jockey bro guy, but I realized that I didn't have a lot of like actual male connection, friendships. Right. And I think we often just sort of go, yeah, well, whatever. As you get older, you're like, that's fine. I'll have my partner, I'll have a family or whatever. I know you meditate. You were a meditator, right?
Yeah.
There's I got into an AA group that was a meditation group. And I would just be in these rooms with like 40 guys like meditating together and then talking to each other about real shit. And I developed these like relationships with them. And I was like, oh my God, this is like essential.
Right.
I've tossed a lot of my male friendships out the window for whatever this patriarchy promise is of like, money, pursuit of happiness, family, career, whatever. I think a lot of guys have very fair weather friendships, because, or you can go watch an event together, but you're not connecting. Do you have a lot of like deep male friendships in your life or connections?
Like for me, I got picked on a lot as a kid from guys because I was not like the most traditional male figure in Texas growing up. I did like musical theater and like that sort of stuff. So growing up, I had a lot of female friends and not a lot of male friends. But when I moved to LA and I started meeting more people that were open to being a little more vulnerable and being more like, just work like, actors can be more in touch with like their feelings.
Yeah.
And so when I moved here, I developed a lot more male friendships that are closer and vulnerable and so I do have male friends like now I do.
Yeah.
But I have learned as you get older, it's like the family thing I was talking about. You really have to work at having friendships when you're in your 40s.
Yeah.
You have to put real effort into it.
You have to like calendar shit.
Yeah.
I find that I have to like wrangle my guy friends. Like, hey, we're going to go do this. Or I have people come to my house. I'm like, I'll make you pizza and we're going to play ping pong and then we're going to sit and we're going to talk.
Or you start a podcast together.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like it is worth it to have, like it is so important to have it.
It feeds you in a different way, like, I mean, I don't care what your sexual orientation, right? I just think like having relationships with your same gender, especially for men. Well, I mean, women do it all the time. I think women have there's not a big problem with women being friends with other women.
Well, I think that if we're just being frank, like in our society, people misinterpret any sort of close male relationship as like, oh, that's gay.
In North America, for sure.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not like, it can be gay, but it's not, it doesn't mean if you have, like, I tell my male friends, I love them. We're very open and honest with each other, and they're all married to women. And you actually learn as you practice that more. You're just like, oh, this feels really good, and it's a nice thing. It doesn't feel whatever. You're denying yourself. You're denying yourself growth if you can't love your male friends. That's
a great way to put it, man.
Yeah.
I think you're just selling your life short. Like if you don't feel safe because of whatever that implies or indicates that you can be vulnerable with your guy friends, like, oh my God, get over it, grow up and just like embrace these friendships. Like they've enriched my life so much, Totally. But it is funny. There's that fear, right? Like if you're vulnerable with your guy friends or like if you just want to go on like a coffee date with your guy friend or something that's gay. Like, what? No, gay is gay.
Yes.
And that's okay too, man. But like that just fucking, I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. I'm tired of the assumptions and the fear.
I mean, loneliness epidemic is like that's such a intense word, but it's true.
Yeah.
Probably fueled by COVID. We all kind of like stepped back a little from the natural rhythms we're in. I still think we're all in this state of having to rebuild.
Yeah.
Rebuild from like the lockdown of like we have to rebuild connection. My whole thing this year has been about connection. It's like connection above all else.
Yeah.
Like truly, like I'm not focusing on like my career or anything. I'm like connection, going to like, I would always be like, I don't have any friends. And then I'm like realizing like I'm getting like 20 particles. Or like I'm getting invited to things. I'm not going.
But you're not going. Yeah.
I'm not going to them. I'm not treating them like, I'm not giving them any respect. I'm not showing up for people when I should.
Yeah.
And then like showing up, like making time for friends is showing up for people.
Yeah.
And then you get to listen to them and you get to hear what they're going through. And you get to offer, if you're in a good place, you get to lift someone up. It's like, it's really rewarding.
Again, it goes with the like picking up the phone.
Yeah.
That feeling of like, I don't, it's going to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Or I don't have enough to offer, or there's going to be a moment of this uncomfortability that I won't be able to withstand or whatever. But if there is, for whatever reason, social anxiety, whatever it is, it's very short-lived, right? Like it just lasts for a while, and then you're just there and you're in the thing. I think saying yes to social engagements is really important.
Well, and
hard,
it's also,
man.
I think I've struggled with like doing social like I feel like I'm always open. I'll say yes almost all the time, but when do I do the inviting?
Right.
You know, I'm really bad at doing the inviting.
Yeah.
You know, occasionally I used to, when I was married, I was okay at having people come over for dinner. We could have other families come over or whatever. But like, man, now I'm just like, it's hard. It's all, I've always struggled with that.
In my head, I'm like, I've always wanted to do like a dinner of 8 people where I invite all different types of people together and like kind of put this group together. And for like years, I'm like, I'm going to do a dinner.
You haven't done it?
I'm going to do this dinner. No.
Just do it, man.
And like now I'm like, I should do this dinner.
All right.
Can I come?
We're in. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like I want, but it's like, you just have to be like, pick a date, do the thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling this to myself, by the way. I'm like,
But we're listening intently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I have to invite you.
Yeah.
Well, you do. We just were invited. Weren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good place to end it.
That's a good place
there
to
we
wrap it up.
go.
We're all going for dinner at Clayton's house.
Yeah.
All right.
Clayton, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
This was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for
wonderful.
coming, man.
Yeah. Thank you to Studio 1042.
1042.
We got to shout out our patrons.
Yes.
On our patrons
Our
on our
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah.
You know, our buddy Jonathan Newman.
Yeah.
And then Roblin Regier. Roblin, thank you. However
Roblin.
you pronounce it. We love it.
Roblin.
We appreciate you. Roblin. Thank you very much. And so if you want to get in on that, please check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/ILYSM pod. And yeah, thank you to everyone. Thank you for spending some time with us and watching and listening. We appreciate all of the love bugs out there.
Yeah. We love you so much.
All right. Love you so much, buddy.
Peace.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.